Taylor Swift seems to be someone that absolutely no one is safe from hearing about in one way or another, and yes, that means even us comic book fans. That's because it seems more and more likely that Taylor Swift may actually be appearing in the MCU very soon. I'm Adam Andrews with Top 10 Nerd, and let's talk about that. For quite a chunk of time now, it's been rumored that Marvel Comics' resident mutant pop star, Dazzler, could be making her second live-action appearance in the third Deadpool movie, played by none other than real-life mega pop star Taylor Swift. Now, live-action Dazzler has appeared briefly in the past, specifically in X-Men Dark Phoenix for about 29 seconds, played by Halston Sage. Now, while the Taylor Swift casting is not actually fully confirmed, with Taylor dating the Kansas City Chiefs' Travis Kelce, we actually got some potential news a few weeks ago that we talked about at the time. A video was shared to Twitter showing Deadpool 3's director, Sean Levy, with Ryan Reynolds, who obviously plays Deadpool, and Hugh Jackman, who we know is appearing as Wolverine in the film, walking into the MetLife Stadium for a game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets, being led directly into the game by none other than Taylor Swift herself, which has sparked new rumors that she may be legit involved with Deadpool 3 in some capacity. But now, pictures were published of Swift as she was strutting her way through New York looking like a 10 and on her way to meet up with Sean Levy, Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, Ryan's wife and one of Taylor's closest friends, and Bradley Cooper. Now, obviously, these people can very easily spend time hanging out together as friends, with Taylor, Blake, and Ryan all being close with each other, and Ryan and Hugh being really good buds. Regardless of whether they are making a movie together or not, that's probably what's happening here, just all meeting up to hang out. But to quote Dash's teacher, Bernie, from The Incredibles, coincidence? I think not! Not only have we got Wolverine and Deadpool here, but we have the literal director of the movie and Bradley Cooper, who is making this really interesting because if this meetup is related to the movie, then either Rocket Raccoon is showing up in Deadpool 3 or Bradley Cooper is playing another character altogether. Now, Deadpool 3 was confirmed to be in development shortly after Disney acquired Fox, and the deal was finalized back in 2019. Ryan Reynolds was the very first X-Men franchise hero permanently making the move to the MCU, which is exciting for all of us nerds. And to make it even sweeter, it looks like it will still remain an R-rated franchise, which I honestly had my doubts about since it was announced that it would be moving to Disney. So that's a win for us. Also, since the announcement, the rumor mill has been spinning at light speed about which other characters from Fox's X-Men franchise may be making cameo appearances in Phase 5's Deadpool 3. Obviously, Wolverine will be making his appearance, but we have been hearing rumors that many other Fox X-Men heroes could be showing up, like Patrick Stewart's Professor X and even Ian McKellen's Magneto. I've even heard it said that Channing Tatum will be appearing as Gambit, which would be absolutely nuts, but I have my doubts and take that with a huge grain of salt. It is confirmed that almost all the main good guys from the first two Deadpool movies will be making appearances at the very least, so expect Negasonic Teenage Warhead, Dopinder, Colossus, Blind Owl, possibly Domino, and apparently even that guy Peter will show up, which I really hope is true. But obviously the big news that we believe to be all but formally confirmed is that Taylor Swift will be here to play Dazzler, and despite what you may think of her, if you like her music or not, you cannot try and tell me that this doesn't make absolutely 100% sense. Taylor Swift is one of the biggest stars of this generation. She's been having massive mega success, and like I said, it's almost impossible to avoid hearing about her in some way, shape, or form. Likewise, the character of Allison Blair is an incredibly popular megastar within the Marvel Universe. They basically look like the exact same person. Not casting Taylor Swift as Dazzler would kind of be like a crime against humanity. And given the way Deadpool is, breaking the fourth wall, talking about real-life actors, even making jokes about how he is played by Ryan Reynolds himself, there is no way that they won't be making some kind of joke about who Swift is in the real world. But okay, I understand some people may not know who Dazzler actually is. Allison Blair was introduced to Marvel Comics in 1980's Uncanny X-Men number 30. She's a mutant with the ability to convert sound waves into light and energy beams, and as a high-profile pop star in the Marvel Universe, this power goes hand in hand with her day job. Dazzler uses her powers at her own concerts, literally dazzling her fans. She has been recognized as one of Marvel's most powerful female heroes, only she's more of a sleeper heavy hitter as she isn't nearly utilized as much as she could be. When she first showed up, she was lending a hand to the X-Men during their conflict with the Hellfire Club that led to the comic book Dark Phoenix saga. No, Dazzler didn't immediately take up the X-Men's offer to join the team, and that's because the pop star instead wanted to focus on her solo music career. This is a part of the reason she isn't utilized underutilized too much, because the character actually has different priorities, which is totally valid. Now, after her refusal to join up, it eventually led to a long-running solo series and a critically acclaimed graphic novel called Dazzler, the movie. Dazzler's journey eventually led her to join the X-Men in the late 80s, seeking refuge within the team after her revelation as a mutant destroyed her music career. Now, during her time within the X-Men, she formed meaningful connections, including a romantic relationship with Longshot, and occasionally she clashed with the reformed X-Men Rogue. Now, in recent years, Dazzler has followed her own path, moving wherever her instincts guide her. She's been a part of various X-Men lineups and has contributed to teams like Excalibur. She even briefly served as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, whether as a solo act or a member of the X-Men, she continues to play a significant role in safeguarding her fellow mutants and the entire Marvel Universe at times. In animated form, though, instead of a Pride TV show of the X-Men, we got the wildly popular X-Men the Animated Series back in 1992, and Dazzler eventually put in an appearance there as well. Appropriately enough, though, she played a big part in the first episode of that show's adaptation of the Dark Phoenix saga. Dazzler has also had small roles in the animated series Wolverine and the X-Men, and video games like X-Men Legends 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Dazzler was once poised to be among the very first Marvel characters to get a theatrical movie as well. Bo Derek was slated to star in a Dazzler movie back in the 80s, but that project eventually fell apart. Her X-Men movie debut was first teased in 2016's X-Men Apocalypse in a deleted scene where Cyclops and Jean Grey purchased one of Dazzler's albums in a record store, and it was super cheesy, and I hated it. Now, with Deadpool 3 supposedly aiming at a 2024 release, it will be the perfect time, potentially revitalizing interest in the MCU by marking the returns of Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, several other heroes and villains from Fox's X-Men franchise, and then Taylor Swift's involvement in Deadpool 3 would only reinforce this impact, as she is one of the most prominent pop culture figures of the 21st century. I'm Adam Andrews, this is Top 10 Nerd. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you nerds on the flippy flop. Whoop, whoop.